sit back down. Okay? We'll see where you guys were. So I'm looking at you at all tables. I know where you're at. All right. So in my group, where's Lyman? Lyman, stand up. Lyman. We had the Lyman move. What was the Lyman move?
Step forward and then cut it on your fourth and the other foot.
Touch outside. Very good. Now here's what's important. Is we worked on individual possession. And our objective was to give some players some basic moves. Maybe moves that you've already been doing, but can we teach you the purpose of the move maybe so that you understand why you're doing it? And then the second thing was to maybe show you some new moves. And in the case of Lyman, we talked about, championship level, championship level, championship level. Always got to have that little delay for the third one. And with Lyman, we gave an example of him doing that little Cruyff touch the outside, which is also known as the Maggany move. Okay? However, we turned it into the Lyman move because he did it so well. It became his move. We actually did right in front of everybody. We went championship level, championship level, championship level on him. Because first he did it at what his level was. Then we got him to do it quicker and faster and to lift his head. And then what did we add after that? The fake, to really sell the move. Now it's about selling the move. And now he did it with great fake, great touch and awareness because he was lifting his head at great speed. And as a result, all of a sudden you saw that move become Lyman's move. He was almost perfect. Didn't make a mistake the whole demonstration. It was fantastic. Our objective in this week is to get you to do that for yourself in every respect. When you're with Coach down there, all right, doing defending, when you're with Joey over there, all right, doing possession, or with me, individual possession, Joey's doing team possession, group possession, then whoever you're with, we want to see you develop a full understanding of that section that you're in, but also to make it so good that you now can teach it yourself. Okay? And it can be an understanding in a way that gives you a perspective that people can look at you and say, that's how you do it. So when we talk about the Maggany move, we do it like Lyman does it now. Alright? We don't do it like Maggany does it. Alright? So when it comes to individual possession, Cody talked at the beginning about the purpose, the first three things we were trying to teach you.
So we were working on individual possession, okay? Not necessarily individual creativity where we're trying to beat players and penetrate, okay? Individual possession, meaning it's more about how can we dribble. It's dribbling to keep the ball, not dribbling to penetrate and score goals. Dribbling to keep possession, get our heads up. The best player in the world at this is, if those of us in our group, who is it? The best player in the world? Xavi. No one else in the world has better possession than Xavi right now, okay? So we worked on the Xavi move. Okay, the Xavi turn is simple to the outside of your foot, and it's a 360-degree turn off a defender's hip. And there's 3 touches involved in it. What's the first touch do? First touch, you change direction. The defender's in front of you, first touch, you change direction. Second touch is what? Set up. So now you set up the turn. And the third touch is separation. So now you got to the defender's backside, and he penetrates, and then he finds Messi. And of course, once he finds Messi, he'll dribble, and Messi scores.
Now the important thing about that is Xavi plays within his game. He doesn't try to be Messi. Messi is a different style. Messi penetrates with the ball. Xavi doesn't look to penetrate. He's a setup guy. But his most important moment is he doesn't lose the ball when pressured. So when we got into the grids and we said, okay, guess what? All the footwork we do means absolutely nothing. Right? At that point, when we got into the grids, stand up. What's your name? Elliot. What did we do? What was the first thing we did in the grids? When we went 1v1. What's the first thing we did? Shielding. And what was the rule?
You can't touch the ball.
Who can't?
The attacker.
The attacker could not touch the ball. So you had to keep possession, but you were not allowed to touch the ball. So that means you have to find a way to use your body and keep possession instead of just running away from somebody. So everybody out in this camp has to, at some point in a game, be in a moment where you have the ball and no options. And at that moment, you've got to be able to keep possession of the ball under extreme pressure by one defender. So our objective was to teach you how to keep possession individually in that moment. Then we wanted to teach you how to get away from pressure, right? And what was the next game we went to? Dylan, right? No, stand up. What was the next game, Dylan?
The same thing. The same thing that it said. Instead, the attacker could touch the ball.
Then the attacker could touch the ball. So can you escape from the player trying to take it? And then we added direction, where we had 4 corners, and you had to touch all 4 corners before you could win the game. So that meant you had to learn how to figure out which corner do I go to, which one haven't I gone to. It was now possession with direction. Possession with direction. And that comes to the second part of what Cody was saying, which was escaping. Because once you get to a corner, what do you have to do? Escape. You have to find a way out. So then we went to 4 versus 4. And what was our focus in 4 versus 4? Individual possession. But what is your first instinct in the 4 versus 4 game the second you got pressure? Everybody wanted to get rid of the ball. Okay? So, the ball is a diamond. Okay? Is there a ball right here somewhere? Everybody? Nobody? The ball is a diamond. No, you're good. The ball is a diamond. If I gave you a diamond, would you get rid of it? No. You hang on to a diamond, you protect it, you enjoy it, you love it. At the right moment, you offer it to somebody. You don't get rid of it. So our focus in the 4 versus 4 was to find the right moment to offer to somebody. Now, what did we say you had to do? What was that moment? When you had what? 2 defenders. So the idea was, can we draw pressure and then find the option based on pulling a defender away from someone else and then find that player? Who was the guy that did that great demo for me? No, not Lyman. I'm talking about on the sideline. He was stuck, lost the ball. We had to stop. Where's Jacob? All right. So remember, Jacob, why don't you tell him what you did different? Describe it. Tell them the difference. The first time, what happened?
I was looking for a pass.
Enough what? Physicality. So you basically got pushed off the ball and gave up possession. All right? Because your focus was on trying to get rid of it, and you forgot about the first moment. The first moment is, can I keep it? Right? And then we stopped the game. We talked about it. Who was it that gave you the ball? Gian, you made a great escape move. You kept 2 guys, you drove 2 defenders, and then you found him, and then he got closed down against the sideline, and that was when you forgot about the part where we went 1v1 possession and used your body. So then, the second time, what did you do different?
I was shooting, and when I didn't have an open, when Elliot came, I was.
So a second defender came towards you at that point. That was Elliot.
And then he let Gian open.
Exactly. And then that left Gian open for you to pass it to him. Okay. Now, isn't that interesting? Because in reality, Gian was the first one to give it to you, and then he went somewhere else, completely different on the field. Elliot lost track of him. Elliot went to help the player who was defending against you because why? You were winning that battle. You were winning the battle. We gave you the ball in the exact same position. You were trapped. And you held possession, the defender was on you tight, a second defender came, and while he was on his way, you played the ball to the player who left him. That was absolutely a brilliant moment. That was what the whole morning session was about. Do I have the confidence to hold the ball, draw a second defender when necessary, and then find a way to find the free player? Because what did we say? If I'm 1 versus 1, and I give it to her, and she's 1 versus 1, what's changed? Nothing. The only thing I've done is what? Give what? Give my problem to her. Right? She now has the same problem I had. Alright? But instead, what you did, Jacob, was you basically created a new situation by drawing players to you. Now you were against 2 defenders, and you create space for another player's result. It was fantastic. Alright. We're going to go back.